Ripple just transferred 200 million. SEC settlement payment, XRP price action at the end. XLM fans, we've got Meridian coming up, along with a $250 million payment that just happened in the crypto world. Liquidity is starting to unlock.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
And a couple of you got the irony of the previous video extremely well. Yeah, that's right. The video from Brad was old, and he's talking about the same crap how many years later. Great conversation I got to share with you. Your comments, share them in the next video. In the beginning, spicy hot. Well, how about this? This is a little back and forth. Yorvar says, if October 7th comes and goes without an appeal, it's going to do jack shit, mark my words. Ian Vidara says, so you're saying that even if there is no appeal, that it won't positively impact the price? That alone won't guarantee XRP's price action's liquidity. You are wrong on this. I highly doubt there will be some positive impact, at least in the short term. Ultimately, if Bitcoin price doesn't move up, none of the altcoins will experience a major price increase. If there's an appeal, I strongly believe the price would, huge one. You guys got to check this out. This is really interesting. Anyways, the reason I brought this up is because we're looking at this saying, yes, October 7th is definitely a massive date. If we do not get any appeal from the SEC, am I expecting price action? Yes. Am I expecting a lot? Hell no. No. Is it seriously going to be the removal of a storm cloud of depression over our heads in the cryptoverse? Yeah. But you got to remember, the SEC is also going after like a bunch of exchanges, other crypto companies directly. So, you know, the SEC's not done doing the butt ramming. Now, in terms of the argument where, hey, BTC, you know, brings things up or down, that's totally true. The problem we see, though, is that BTC can go up like 5%. The rest of the market's like up 1%, 2%. BTC goes down 2%. All of a sudden, the rest of the market's down like 5-7%. So it's been very interesting to watch this, especially as of late. The ETFs have really given BTC a lot more like buying power, but we've also noticed that the weekends have been very busy. Interesting news day, by the way. $250 million payment we got to talk about. Bitcoin sitting at 62,401. ETH is 2672. Thank you for joining me today while BNB's at 612. I did tell you that BNB was going to touch 600. Did you touch the like button or the subscribe button? It's free to do both, especially if you like the content. 58.6 is the price XP. We're going to talk XP price at the end. XLM sitting at 9.6 going into Meridian. It's pretty much like the same price year after year after year. We're going to talk about that at the end along with XP. SEC approval of BTC ETF options is to attract more big fish. I totally agree with this. It took a while for the SEC to release this, the approval of it. We talked about it in an earlier video, but now you're getting more analysts, more big-time players in the market coming out saying, you know what, this is actually something really good. Let me read to you a quote from Eric Balchunas. It will attract more liquidity, which will in turn attract more big fish. And a lot of these players out there, they want a lot of liquidity. They want to be able to trade at like any time. I've heard that there's some problems out there, liquidity with certain cryptos that we cover on this channel. Yeah, because some people just aren't trading it. There's just not a lot of volume. And that's what people want. They want some like juicy stuff, but they want volume so you can always get like in and out. You know, they want action to happen. Bitwise, as Jeffrey Park said, that this is the first time the financial world will see regulated leverage on a perpetual commodity that is truly supply constrained. So I'm very interested to see how this plays out with options. I really do believe it's going to bring a lot of money. Speaking of a lot of money, BlockFi just got paid. Now, this is a little bit messed up here. BlockFi receives $250 million in USDC from Coinbase Prime amid bankruptcy efforts. In a notable financial development, BlockFi, the crypto lending firm now navigating bankruptcy, received a substantial infusion of $250 million in USDC from Coinbase Prime. This deposit, current by Arkham Intelligence, significantly elevated BlockFi's on-chain holdings to a total of $300 million. So think about this. They only had $50 million before, and now we're able to get 5x of an infusion from Coinbase Prime. I'm bringing this up because like the BlockFi, the Celsius, the FTX, like these things are going to take time to unravel. I mean, BlockFi has been now for a while, and we're dealing with this, like, honestly, it's just for years, right? These bankruptcy things take for years. But you're seeing now more cash moving, more cash that are going to the end hand users, more people getting paid out. What about Mt. Gox, right? That was how many years in the making? So these, like, wrongs that have happened in the market, well, people are finally starting to get some money. Not all of their money, but some money. Speaking of some money, Ripple transfers 200 million XRP. Ooh. That 200 million is pretty close to 125, comes out to approximately 117 million. They getting ready to pay off the SEC. That'd be great because they wouldn't be paying them unless you know the deal. Oh, that's right. It's all about October 7th. But remember, they were talking about putting the money in escrow. So Ripple could definitely be moving the XRP around for plenty of reasons, but it's valued at approximately 117 million. According to data from XRP Scan, Ripple's substantial transfer history with this particular wallet also includes a previous transaction of 150 million on September 13th. You know, that's a lot of XRP being transferred, and you have to ask yourself, after David said the other day on Twitter, hey, there's nothing we could do to raise the price of XRP, what is Ripple really doing beneficially to XRP? I mean, spending 150 million here of it, 200 million here, another 200 million next month, 200 million, billions. What are you getting in return? Now, in return, we know price action-wise, yeah, we've gotten the pumps on the trust news, which leads into an ETF. That would be big. The real winners, though, of the ETF would be who? The issuers of the product. They'll make money on whether people want to buy it or sell it. All they're doing is just being like a mediator, you know, just kind of moving the funds back and forth. XRP price, all right, got to be honest with you. A little bit of a bummer we didn't that we didn't hold the hit that we had over the weekend. We were touching 61 cents. But as soon as that got rejected, as you can see as we zoom in here, as soon as that got rejected, boy, did that push things down fast. That was a very, very strong message there saying, look, we are nowhere near ready for that. And that makes me wonder if we're going to be holding that 60 cent, 61 cent ceiling here until we get through that October 7th action. So that's the XRP near-term roundup. Are we going to get more juicy news as ETF stuff happens? Yeah. Is XRP floor going to rise as rates go down? Yeah. What about XLM? You got Meridian coming up. I brought this chart up here because I just wanted to show everyone over the last few months, right? This is going from March. You see there's definitely been some downward pressure on XLM. XLM has had some pumps here, but after that last pump that you saw in March of this year, it's been really, really quiet. In fact, the majority of this time, from April on, it's been trading 11, 10 cent range. And that range right there isn't exciting, right? The buyers. It's not exciting for the speculators. You can see it, there's really no volume blips here on the screen. Zoom out just that little bit more and you see exactly what I'm talking about. These bars here are so small compared to the past, and if you zoom out even more, those bars disappear completely. So with Meridian coming up, people are like, all right, what are we going to expect? You're going to expect some dev news, yeah. You're going to expect, probably some good conversations. Are you going to expect price action? Well, you might expect it, but you're not going to get it. And we've seen time and time again, Meridian doesn't do anything for XLM. The market just doesn't react on it. Yet there's always this hope, they're going to do something groundbreaking. Dude, even if they do, it doesn't really affect the price. Dev has not affected the price at all. Sorban has not affected the price. XLM, it's hard to say that like rates coming down helps the floor of XLM because you're sitting here going, man, we were fighting bad price action of like 8-9 cents here in April, March, and now we're looking at going, oh crap, we're still fighting it now. So you don't see that rising floor with XLM as you see with XRP when you zoom out. And with XRP, you clearly see it right here. That rising floor. With XLM, it's just not happening. Market's not liking it. Not juicy. And volume is really what it comes down to in this whole crypto thing. Exchanges love high volume. They love juicy news. Content creators, like myself, news agencies like myself love juicy news because juicy news brings more eyes. Positive juicy news brings tons of eyes. We're just not seeing that. But the products that are juicy are being listed, right? That XRP Trust, the reason they launched is because there's like, there's definitely a demand out there. There's definitely a demand for the options trading, and that's going to bring a lot of money into this realm. What's interesting to see, though, is you've got like native tokens, your XRPs, your XLMs, your ADAs, and all that. And now you got all these peripheral products here, right, which are gaining more popularity. And you're starting to see a lot of big money pick these peripheral things, right? They're not going for like direct asset ownership. They're going for this weird peripheral bubble over here. And it's very interesting to watch this trend evolve because it's making you go, okay, what's creating this here is the demand for this product. But this product, we're not seeing that demand for directly. We're seeing way more on the institutional end over here. So yeah, just very mind-boggling. And I just thought I would share that observation with you. Now, in terms of XRP XLM price action, you got Ripple's got the swell event. Remember, we've also got the SEC thing, which is the bigger thing. XLM Stellar's got the Meridian thing going on. I don't expect much from swell. I don't expect much from Meridian in terms of price. The October 7th deadline, I do expect something to happen. 10 cents max on the hit, maybe get 65 cents. 67 if we're lucky. If you're super lucky, 70 cents, like at max. But I think by now everyone's expectations are starting to become a little bit more muted because we've seen time and time again Torah's action. We only got to here, but that's it. And then the other Torah's action, we only got to here, and they're like, oh, okay. And then the other action, we only got to here, and we're like, oh, okay. So now after a while, we're sitting here going, whoa, we're not, no. We're expecting here, and if we get here, we're going to be happy. Because then the next one, we're just going to ask to go right here. And before you know it, all those heres stack up to heres. That was pretty cool. Choo-choo, bitches. Catch you later. I got to go stretch.